Hey family, we are here at Courtyard by Marriott, right here in the Pasadena area. And I am here joined by two amazing people that are out here crushing it and doing the work. We want to continue to talk about hope, right? And so let's just talk about how people are coming together during this time. My brother Nathaniel here is an example of that. He is the general manager here at Marriott. And just talk to me about kind of what we're doing here, how you're helping, how you guys are giving back during this time.
Well, look, where do you start at this point? We've got people of all walks of life here. We got all ages, all types of groups, and you start off. You don't have any expectation. You don't know what to expect. Even as a leader, or as a hotel, a housing facility. So it's been a big learning experience for most of us here, but it's for people like you all and organizations that are helping out, giving those basic things, water, things you don't think about when you're just up and told, hey, it's time to go, you gotta get your stuff, get out. You're not prepared for it. I come from Louisiana, we got hurricanes, you get a little more prepared for that, not to compare disasters, but then now I currently live in Oklahoma City. Tornadoes, you get a little bit of a warning when you get out, but I've been at that spot where that panic hits in, and you think you're prepared, and then just you're not. So you have to think of those little things. What is it that you actually didn't get? Toenail clippers, you just nightgowns, things that they supplies needed, food. I mean, that's the number one thing. But it's like I said, people getting together like this and helping out. We've got first responders here. We're housing some of those. We're housing some of the people with the electricity companies.
Yep.
But then we have about 75% of our hotel occupants have been displaced, whether that be the total loss of home or they're just not allowed back because of the hazardous issues around, and that's our associates have been affected. So this is that time where you put all this other stuff aside, you come together as a community. I think you're here for a reason. Everybody's put in a place for a reason. And I was here for a small temporary project, and I'm still here now. And I think my Southern hospitality roots are just, kicking into second, third, fourth year. And I'm glad to be here. Wish the circumstances were different, but I believe I'm just going to take some of those things that I have been raised from grandma, grandpa, mom, and dad on up, and use that, even if it's just a shoulder to cry on. There's nothing stronger than a hug. I just left a conversation. It's an elderly couple that I just met with, and their house is still there, but they walked out with just their clothes on their back, and just hearing those stories, it's like you put yourself in the person's shoes. I went over a small story of sympathy versus empathy. Those people that aren't able to be here, you have that sympathy. But if you are here, exercise the empathy. Sit down beside with a person. Have just a conversation. Show them a little bit of that familiarity. So luckily we have some stations set up here where we've got some clothes donations. We've got quite a bit of toiletries. And then thankful for the Foodbank. They brought out some food. We're going to get that cooked up and offered out to our first responders and anybody. Come out and get that. So thank you all. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad I'm able to help out. And to everybody else, if anything you can do, it's truly appreciated.
So I'm just going to tell you that this man here, he may not know it, but he was sent by God. For this time, this was a providential setup. I'm just going to say that you are anointed to be here, and the work that he is doing is incredible. But he could also not do the work without amazing partners like the Foodbank. We have Bishop Michael Barrett here. And talk to us a little bit about what you've done, about what you're doing, how you partner with World Vision, how the Foodbank is being a blessing. I mean, this right here, talk to us about this immediate connection with the Marriott and what brought you out today.
Well, shout out to the Southern California Foodbank in Long Beach. Our CEO, Brian Weaver, our team there, those who put pallets on trucks and vans, make it possible. World Vision, you're sending us supplies. People like Cortland and different people like Nate, people who are just on the ground, just making things happen, not just talking. And we were sharing earlier with Nate how, eventually the news are going to fade away.
That's right.
But we got to keep these stories alive. We met someone today that was displaced. Right now, she's having issues with her insurance company. So these are things that's going to happen behind the scenes. They're not going to talk about it. And unfortunately, this is the reality. And so for us to be able to, bring food up here, Courtyard Marriott, to be able to decide, bring the meat up here. We're going to cook the meat. We're going to have it available for the first responders, for the EMT workers, for those who have been displaced. It's nothing but a blessing. And it cannot happen with all of us not being able to come together. And I think this is what this is about. I did a thing on social media and I said, hashtag all hands on deck.
Yeah.
California. And that's what we need. We really need to have all hands on deck. It's not about this organization, that organization, but when all of the organizations come together as a people, that's what it's about, you know. And right now the world is watching what is going on in California. We have the attention of the world, and because we have the attention of the world, we really can make a statement to the world. Yes, it looked like California's burned down. I'm getting texts and calls from all over the place. You guys okay? Because the news is portraying like the whole California's on fire. It's not the whole California. When I was driving here from Long Beach, I had my GPS on. And literally when I entered into a certain zone, the GPS said, take caution because you're now entering into Eden, a fire zone. And I'm listening like, wow. And so it says extreme caution because of air quality. And so I began to look at the mountains and you know what's going on. I'm like, this is a reality. There's so many people. And for those of you who are in the comfort of your home, like you said, you might not be able to physically be here, but you can be here. You can be here through your prayers. You can send donations to World Vision, to the Southern California Foodbank. You can send some donations to the Courtyard Marriott. You know, we need people to help. There's waters coming in. There's food that's been coming in. And these things are going to get right to the people. We're trying to figure out how can we get right to the people. Just spoke to your husband a little while ago with that family that's been displaced, that's dealing with their insurance. We're going right to the mayor and his team who are on the ground saying, how can we be a blessing to the people from a legal standpoint? There's so many things that are needed in this whole displacement that is unbelievable. Every day we're hearing we need this. Wow, I didn't even think of that.
Right.
You know, the other day I was talking to Courtland. Her mom works at a facility with juveniles and people who are in foster care and different things like that. What's happening to them? Where are they going? Where are the mentally ill going? Just got on another call with somebody else dealing with that. Where are those people going? So it's a lot. And we need as much help as we can.
That's it.
So again, we are right here in front of the Courtyard Marriott in Pasadena, and we are with three organizations.
Shout out to this woman right here. She's just really, really a blessing. I got to pause for a minute because you like kind of, you are amazing. You're doing a great job. You're making you're a connector, making things happen through a phone call. You can make things happen. Trucks are pulling up. Trucks, not cars. Trucks are pulling up with truckloads of goods. That's really being a blessing to the community. This is what it's about. This is what it's about. Being a blessing to the people. Because until you hear the stories, you don't really know what it's like to have nothing but the clothes on the back and the shoes on your feet. And so you have a roof over your head, you slept in a good bed last night, you got comfort, you went in the refrigerator. Think about those that don't have that luxury simply because one day they woke up and had to evacuate.
Instant homelessness. Instant homelessness. So again, we thank you. Continue to give. Continue to stay here for up to the minute updates. I mean, every minute we're somewhere else and we're meeting someone else. But the whole theme behind this is unity and community. And I just thank God for all of the volunteers and all of the people, the Marriott, the Foodbank, Bishop, just being on the ground saying we're here to help. All right, y'all. Talk to you soon.
Awesome.